Alright, so we are live. So pretty much, I just want to do a short little tutorial on how I run the Spikewalker Shadow Tower in general. This is just a really rough idea of what I do. So generally what I'd recommend is having at least Shadow 1 gear, possibly Shadow 2. I would definitely say you need to be able to handle Uber 2 completely fine. Otherwise, you might want to have at least another person with you. So generally the classes I go Lunar Lancer, mainly because of his CC and his giant sword. I would also recommend Tomb Raiser because he can summon little minions that can have all the aggro on them. I might recommend Dracolite if you have good regen and health. Neon Ninja, he's a bit squishy, but he has the damage if you have good stuff. So I'm personally not going to use my Neon Ninja today because he's max level, 12k health, Shadow level 3 hat, Shadow 4 sword, and Shadow 4 face. So I would personally I'm not going to use him right now. I'd also say I can go Shadow Hunter, but it's just going to take a long time. I could probably take on the entire Shadow Tower as all of my guys, except maybe Chloromancer and or Pirate Captain, because Pirate Captain is only number 8, and he can't even handle Uber 2. So I'm gonna go in as Lunar Lancer. Let me just heal up real fast before we go in. So pretty much what you want to do is you literally, if you're doing a full dungeon clear, it will take longer. Now you have noticed I have already done this. I'm on Vengeful, but I am not going to do Pinata God until I'm absolutely sure I have the team to do it. Also, Weeping Prophet, my friend and I made it through the entire dungeon. Could not kill the Prophet for the life of us, so we called in a bunch of other people and we murdered the Prophet. Right, so generally what I do is, also you want to have fairly good number of flasks because he is kind of glass cannony. So this guy can handle Uber 3, and I'm just going to say that now. If you can barely handle Uber 2, I wouldn't really recommend it. Also, this guy's a little bit of a glass cannon, and I know I used to be personally afraid of using my flasks because I thought it would make me look weak. No one really cares, and I realize that now. So when you're getting swarmed like this, you want to just use your 1, slap everything in the face with your giant, sword attack. That's odd. So generally what I do is I just sit here and I stab them in the face and I won them in the face. You just want to get that CC going. There we go. So generally for bosses, I call down my sword. Now you want to stand in the sword because it gives you better abilities. So as you can see, that was really quick. So all you want is just CC, nothing real special. This chest takes forever. You're splendid, not bad. Already healed up. So generally what I do is even if I'm with a friend through Skype, we'll both make sure we're both ready before we head through this. But since I'm alone, yeah. So generally when I solo, I like to do a full dungeon clear, because mainly I'd like to get this guy to level 20 or at least 19 as soon as I can. And the fastest way I know is full dungeon clears because there are a bunch of these little spider guys and they give you a fair bit of stuff. I'm just gonna poke them in the face. Alright, jump down. I remember when I first joined Trove, I literally could barely handle this as Dracolite. Now I think I can solo it as him. Also, if you know, Sarah, I had my 1 going, but since I transformed into the Lunar, or the Lunar Infused, I don't know what they call it, it canceled my 1. So you always want to kind of watch your moons if you really Like if you really want to preserve it, I'd say only basic. Now your basic attack can like trigger the moon, but it's less unlikely to then like if you use his abilities, you're more likely. Ooh, those fireballs. Yeah, so fireballs do most of the damage to me, and it's really annoying because you can't really escape them. So I actually have a fair bit of regen on this guy, just for safe measures. I accidentally activated that. Well, time to potion up. Yeah, so as you can see, you can stun giant crowds with this. And then here come these guys. So I'm just gonna sword them. Also, I noticed that if you do it under your one under your sword art, so sword ult, it launches things just completely in the air, no place really go, and they just. And it only happens if you're the lunar infused wolf thing. I'm sorry, he's a fox. I always forget. I always call him a wolf thing. I don't know why. Oh, that can hit me. Let's see. I really like activating this over here, so then that way he comes over here. Apparently, it's good to avoid this guy's attacks, but you know, I mean, he doesn't really do that much to us. Yeah. So when you're in this stormtrooper form, as my friend and I call it, your damage intake is reduced, and also I have a dragon ally, and that reduces 8% incoming damage. Also, I can show you the stats of my gear when we go through. So that's not too bad of a run. So for my stats, I have Shadow level 1, 1464 max health, 13 attack speed, and 155 physical damage. For my weapon, I use it's a Shadow level 2, 548 physical, 12 attack, and 614 health regen. And then for my hat, it's Shadow level 2 again, 1197 max health, 526 health regen, and 20 max health. So all of those really, really help out. I'm just going to deconstruct this since I really have nothing better to do. Also, I was thinking of creating like a mount guide or something. I mean, there's like a bunch of mount sets full. Also, I was thinking in the near future, well, maybe not near, but a month or two off, if I do continue playing this game, I would do a shadow cache opening. So 50 or 100, either would work. This cupcake slayer, or cupcake thing, it is so annoying. Because I remember in the upper dungeons, literally like it would wipe out the entire team. Even if we killed all the melee things, we would still die because this thing right here. These guys, I don't generally like calling the sword on it, but if I get too low or if I use too many health pots, I generally do. They're not a worry now because I have my vampiric emblem on me, if you didn't notice earlier. Then it's the little cupcake guy. These guys do actually a fair bit of damage. Oh no. I mean, they're whittling me down, but. Sword you, and then I'm just gonna. Yeah, so as you can see, you go through this guy pretty quickly. That is one big spear. Oh, I think the spear gets bigger, actually. That's cool. Didn't notice that before. So that's the second dungeon. So I think I need to go through one more and then. Oh no, never mind. It's Spikewalker. Okay, so as you can see, this is a Spikewalker dungeon. Very beautiful and made. Then you have the cursed skulls. So this will activate the Spikewalker. So generally what I'd recommend is I'm just going to activate it. So generally he immediately goes down like that. I generally call the sword and try to get all the damage I can on him. Then I generally jump in his face because his hitbox is really weird. So as you can see, I'm not doing any really damage to him. But if I jump on him, he takes a lot more damage. So this is his first. So he does this thing where he like lays down. So if you're not right in front of him, or if you're really far away, it doesn't bother you. But if you're like in the mid range of being far away and being like directly on him, he will actually like he does damage and he will push you backwards. So as you can see, if I track him around here, he leaves spikes everywhere. He has a spike stamp that does that, and it puts spikes absolutely everywhere. Then he has a stompy thing, which only puts one pad of spikes, and then he spawns these little things. No, he's not moving. So once you get him about this range and health, next time he goes down, he's going to roll on you, and you want to move out of the way because that really, really hurts, and it's not fun to be in. Yeah, so as you can see, he tracks me. So you want to get as far away from that as possible. So then you want to run back to him and stab him in the face some more. So to me, it doesn't do that much damage because I have a bunch of regen and I do have a bunch of health, but it will hurt players that aren't as tanky or have as much regen or health. And I will tell you right now, even like if you don't have that, like if you okay, so generally what I do is I try and face him towards a wall, so he just goes into the wall. That's what I generally do. But as you can see, he did some fair bit of damage to me. Yep, so he's going down again. Ow. Yeah, so as you can see, he does it 3 times. It's really annoying. Also, of course, it would take less time if you had a team helping you. But since I'm by myself, you know, you got no other choice. So I'm just gonna stab him in the face more. Almost dead. Yeah, so as you can see, that does like about 1,000 health to me. Oh, I did not realize his health bar got low. So as you can see, where the compass is now, there was a health bar, so I always forget to look at that because I'm trying to look on top of them, like the health bar used to be. Ooh, nice shadow here. So pretty much what you want to do for a Spikewalker if you're soloing it and you're not sure if you can handle too many of his hits or your melee or range. Range, you want to shoot it right about mid of his midsection. And for melee, you kind of just want to jump on his face. Don't aim for the legs because that's not really where the hitbox is. I've kind of noticed it's in between, like it's in that vicinity of where his body is. So if you're ever like a shadow hunter or a ranged person, you want to shoot in that general area and not the legs. Because the legs, I don't know what's going on with his hitbox, but he doesn't really have it. So I'm up to about 30 shadow caches, as you can tell, and I'll probably do a 30 or not a 30, maybe a 50 or 100. I might set up a voting thing. Also, Shaper's Vision, I'm saving up for that, and I'm obviously saving up for shadow caches. The only reason why I have a Lunar Soul is because I actually ran Daughter of the Moon before they did the new power rank. So that's the only reason why I have 1 Shadow Soul. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I have to tell you. Other than that, you should be fine. And good luck with your Shadow Towers and Spikewalker. I will be doing a Weeping Prophet hopefully later when I load my Tomb Raiser, and maybe a Pinata God later on, because Pinata God is permadeath. Well, not permadeath, I'm rambling. It's horrible. I would not recommend it. So, have fun in your Shadow Towers, be safe, don't get murdered by spikes.